Hey guys, welcome to my channel Hammonds Hobbies. My name's Glenn and today I'm going to be showing you my now completed set of Flagship 2021. It's taken me almost a year to finish this set, but why? Well, let's get into today's video. Okay, so before we get into today's main video, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's been smashing up the like button. It helps this channel grow and also gets as many eyes on the F1 collectible card market as possible, so keep doing that. Also to all the new subscribers, we've actually hit over 900 subscribers now. So well done to you guys. I will be doing a live stream and be giving some free F1 cards away once we hit 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you tick the little bell notification because you'll get notified Glenn is now going live. So before I actually show you the cards in this set, one of the first comments I always get when I do one of these is, Glenn, what binder is it that you're using and where do you get one from? So I'm going to nib that in the bud straight away so it stops those comments. I use Volt X. It's written down the bottom here. I've always liked Volt X. You can see that all the binders behind me and all the ones from Pokemon, so you're talking a good 2 or 3 years now, I've always been buying these 12 slot binders, and the reason I actually buy these is because you'll see that the raw brickwork and stuff that I have in the background, that they create like brick dust and stuff like that, and obviously cobwebs or whatever. So I want ones that are actually protected. So I actually really like this zip because I can zip up all my binders and know that no dust or dirt is going to get in between all the cards and the pages. And obviously I don't want like £1,000 worth of cards and just having all dust all over them. So you know, for me these are an absolute must, so that's why I always use them. There are competitors out there that do them, like say Ultra Pro, but in the UK Ultra Pro actually do a very similar binder like this, and they've tried to copy Volt X's style with the colouring and stuff like that, but their binders are £45. These on the other hand are 26. Now, I actually reached out to Volt X when I met them at the London card show. They gave me a referral link, so if you use the link in the description down below, you get 10% off anything you buy at Volt X. So that's their sleeves, penny sleeves, their binders, they've got card holders, top loaders, anything like that. They're a UK based company, and if you want to buy any of their products from outside of the UK, they've given me a code as well. It's just the word Hammonds, so nice and easy with an S, and you can use that on Amazon as well. So if you purchase any Volt X products from Amazon and use the code Hammonds, you'll get 10% off. So this makes this like £23 in total for this binder, so you could literally buy 2 of these for the same price as buying one of the Ultra Pros, and I would say this is a better product in my opinion. So right, let's get into the actual cards. Hopefully that stops the people asking me, Glenn, where'd you get the binder from, blah blah blah, and I have to answer it over and over again. So this is Flagship 2021. What is Flagship? What are the differences? Someone messaged me earlier and said, Glenn, what is Flagship? I'm confused. I've just finished Turbo Attacks. Is it Chrome? Is it F1 Dynasty? What is it? So I'm going to answer that straight off the bat. So if we have a look at these cards, I actually have a Chrome 2021 and a Flagship 2021. You can see that one is a lot more reflective than the other. That's because this is printed onto a thicker card, the Chrome version, and it has like almost a foil over the front of it, which is a lot more reflective. You can see there it's a lot more reflective, whereas this is obviously a more of a matte finish, and in America they refer to this as their paper stock. So you may think, well, why would you buy this version over Chrome? Well, the Chrome boxes typically, if you look at last year and the year before, dramatically more expensive than Flagship. So a box of Flagship right now, after all the markets died down and everything, box of Flagship will probably set you back about £150, say $150. I think that's fair to say if you look at eBay comps and stuff. Whereas even with the downturn, the boxes of Chrome are still selling for like £400-500, and I think that's a fair price as well for what I've mentioned. If you can get it cheaper than that, you've got a bargain. Some people try their luck and sell them for more. So that means that you could open 3 hobby boxes for the price of this one. Some people don't want to be spending £500 a box opening F1 cards. It puts a lot of pressure and anxiety. I'm not trying to put people off Chrome, because I will be buying the next set of Chrome as well when it comes out. But I know from F1 Dynasty that when you're opening that sort of level of product, it's very tense, and you almost like I have to hit something big, otherwise I've just wasted all this money. Flagship hasn't got that. You can open Flagship and enjoy opening it, and you can just open pack after pack and think, oh, I've just spent 100 quid, 150 quid. Happy days. So for me, this is perfectly priced between Turbo Attacks and Chrome. This is like your next step up if you want to enter this sort of realm of hobby boxes. So we've got the Flagship set here, laid out exactly the same as Chrome is. We have the portrait images of every driver, all 20 of them. These are, I would say, are the most popular cards in the base set. These cards are normally the ones that people get signed at the races, and these are the ones that people normally send off to get PSA graded if they get a decently centered one. We have obviously all the drivers featured as of 2021, but some special shout out pointers I should make is that some of the images in this set are from 2020. Why is that? You might think, why? That might blow your mind. But let's just use Sebastian Vettel for an example. Sebastian Vettel in 2021 signed for Aston Martin, so he is in the correct team gear for these images. But the year before, he was at Ferrari. So what happens with driver of the day cards? Obviously they're from races that occurred the year before. What about driver wins? They're from the year before. So you have Sebastian Vettel in the Ferrari car and in the Ferrari kit for some of the cards. So now we've looked at obviously all the drivers. After the 20 drivers, you then have some alternative images. These are very sort of posed, almost CGI looking images, whereas these ones are actually photos of them taken while they're getting their helmets on, while they're walking to the race, while they're in their cars, while they're drinking a sippy cup. But what I don't like about this is that it seems uneven in my mind. This is just maybe my OCD. Some of the cards have like 3 images of the driver. So like on this page here, 3 Charles Leclerc. Some of them only have 2. So like say Daniel Ricciardo has 2, Valtteri Bottas has 1 over here. So I don't know, it doesn't seem to flow as well as Chrome 2020 in my opinion. But some of the images look really cool. I especially like this Max Verstappen card. It's because Max Verstappen was actually standing in front of an LED screen that just had his name flashing up in the background at the time. It looks like though that Topps have made this card, like they've made the background. Do you know what I mean? Like it looks like a special graphic on the background, but it's not. That's actually an image taken on the podium whilst Max's name was plastered all over it. So that's a really cool image, and I especially like this Lewis Hamilton in front of this Ferris wheel with the fireworks going off. This is a very popular card to collect, especially in some of the variations that you can get in this set. Then we move on to the F2 drivers. The F2 drivers, there's quite a few of them in this set compared to sort of Chrome 2020. Then we have the team bosses. Some of them there's 2 team bosses, some of them there's only 1. So again, I don't understand the workings out of that. Then we move on to the car card. So there's 1 driver for every single one of their cars. And the same with the F2 guys. So there's 1 for every single F2 driver in their F2 car. Some of the shout outs from this year's one, as opposed to the year before, you got Felipe Drugovich. He's done very well. So his card's quite sought after at the moment. Oscar Piastri, obviously he's just got his way into F1, so a lot of people are trying to hunt down his rookie cards. Yeah, the others haven't performed as well. Then we move on to the winners of each Grand Prix, and this is where sometimes you'll see some variations depending on whether a driver's changed. So, for example, Sergio Perez obviously in this set is with Red Bull, but you can see here he's still got his Racing Point gear on. And later on you have Sebastian Vettel in his Ferrari gear, another Sergio Perez, another Sebastian Vettel, and that's because some very standout performances. Pierre Gasly winning a race in Italy, that was a big moment for him. Sergio Perez, this win in particular, he was going to be retired that year. This has bought him another 3 years into Formula One, because he then got signed for Red Bull and he's still there to this day, and I think he signed for next year as well. So it's literally bought him another 3 years in F1. What happens after Red Bull, I don't know, but that was a very standout performance. So he got it just at the right time. Then we've got obviously a load of Lewis's, a load of Max's, because they get voted driver of the day and they also win a lot of races. So there's a lot of their images in this set. But this is where this set really stands out from the crowd. All of these you can get in chrome. What you can't get in chrome is the inserts for this set. And I would say the inserts for Flagship 2021 are better than chrome inserts. Comment down below if you disagree with me, or if you do agree with me. I'd love to hear from you. Or you can also contact me on any of my social medias, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, all with the name Hammonds Hobbies. Or you can look for the F1 Sports Cards on Facebook group, where there's about 550 of us. I'd love to hear your opinions, but I actually prefer the inserts for this set over chrome. So let's have a little look at them. So we've got Apex Predators. So you have like this sort of like a, I don't know, meant to be like an Apex image with obviously the driver and their car. I've collected 2 of every driver. And then we have not all the drivers, but a lot of them in this Apex Predators format. You cannot get these in chrome though. So you also can get these in variations. So like I have a Charles Leclerc in gold. So basically it's the same image, but this bottom bit here is gold. It looks quite nice. And then we move on to the next set, which is the debrief. So this is where you get the driver and the team boss, along with sort of like a blueprint style in the background, as if they're making a plan for the race. And these look really cool. It shows you the driver with their team boss, and there's one for every single team, every single driver of that debrief set. But where this set really stands out is this next page I'm about to show you. This is the reason why it's taken me almost a year to complete. Now, if you're trying to complete Flagship 2021, you'll notice a lot of people that try and sell, or I did anyway, complete sets. With the complete sets, there's obviously the base, which is 1 to 175, which ends with Nikita Mazepin in the freshest. But a lot of them don't include the inserts, or if they do, they're normally only the Apex Predators and stuff like that. Why is that? The reason is because this next page here is very difficult to complete. When you open the hobby boxes, you typically only got 1 to 2 of these Flags of Foundation cards per box. So there is about 32 of these, I believe. So you would have to open up at least 15 boxes, which is a case and a half, and you'd have to hope that every single one you pulled was not a duplicate. So you can imagine this is a tough collection to get together. And thanks to David with that purchase I made of his Flagship cards, which I didn't know, he had the Nicholas Latifi. Now that's odd that Nicholas Latifi was the last one that I had to complete. But what I would say is, because these are quite far and few between on eBay and on Facebook groups, sometimes the sought after ones like Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, you see those come up quite a few times, because a lot of people, this is my opinion, they think, oh, I'll stick that on eBay on a week auction because that'll go for 20-30 quid. Whereas some of these other ones like the F2 guys and the lesser desirable drivers, people think, that'll sell for like £1, I can't be bothered to list it. That's my opinion. I don't know how true that is. I can't imagine them being less printed than the others, but it just seems like and Nicholas Latifi, Antonio Giovinazzi, Lance Stroll, some of the F2 guys, Yuki Tsunoda, I found those harder to find, and I was always on the look for Flags of Foundation. But I've got it together and it looks like an amazing set, and these are not available in Chrome either. It's a shame. I would love to see these images in Chrome. They have a bit of information about the driver and the country that they're from. So yeah, I do wish these were in Chrome, but they're not. So that makes this set in particular very unique. So if you want to have this amazing looking artwork, you have to complete the Flagship 2021 set. I have got some duplicates of this, not many. They are on my website, hammondshobbies.com. If you use the discount code F1 Sports Cards, you'll get 10% off, but I've listed some of these up for sale if you are looking at completing this set. One of the shout outs for the F2 guys is Felipe Drugovich. He done really well, and I had a spare of him and it sold just like that. People were really after that one, and obviously Oscar Pastari, he's very sought after as well from the F2 guys. Another up and coming Netherlands driver is Bent Viskel. He seems to be quite popular as well. And then we move on to these World of Wheels 61, I think they're called, or T61. It features like a retro style card with the car and the name of the driver on each one, with a bit of information on the back of them. Yeah, T61 they're called. And these you can actually get in Chrome. So these are all available in Chrome. So I would say that these are not unique, and you do seem to pull a lot of these. I actually pulled loads of these when I was opening up a few boxes, but ones that I do find again very hard to get hold of: Lando Norris, George Russell. They seem to be quite far and few between, but I see a lot of Maxes and Lewises of this one, just so you know. Then that's the end of the set. That is Flagship 2021 completed. That is every single image and every single card featured in the set. But a special shout out is that in the Flagship set, you get these Checkered Flag cards. You get one in every single pack. You typically get 18 packs in a box. So that means that if you want to complete every single image, all 175 images, with these, you have to open 175 packs and hope that you don't get any duplicates. Now, I've been on the hunt for these for a long time. I'm always trying to narrow these down. So if you have, I'm about to show you the ones that I'm missing. If you have any, please get in touch. I'd love to hear from you. But I've managed to complete quite a few of them, although these pages wouldn't lead you to believe that. So yeah, if all of these are in exactly the same order and exactly the same images, they just have that checkered flag style in the background. The other shout outs for this set is you can get the foil base cards, which look like refractors from Chrome. They're quite hard to get a whole collection of them. So you can see I've got quite a lot of the driver of the days and the Grand Prix winners. So you'd think they'd be the harder ones to pull. But it seems like between me and about 2 or 3 people that I always confide in when we always swap and trade and stuff, we seem to have exactly the same ones. Like, so I don't know if these ones are harder to pull or if we've just been a coincidence, but all 3 of us seem to have pulled the same cards over and over again. So yeah, it is a bit annoying. I particularly like this one with the red Lewis doing a shoey. Not so much because he's doing a shoey, I just really like this red background. I think that the image looks really cool. So yeah, that's a set that I've been trying to complete. You can see here, almost finished the tail end of the set. So I've almost completed the set twice over now. But yeah, if you have any of these, please do get in touch. I am after them, and they're for my own personal collection. Then the other special note mentioned that this is probably a reason why a lot of the higher end guys may want to get hold of this product, and that is another little binder here that I've got. You didn't know he was getting 2 binders worth today. And that is the Relic cards that they do. So in the Flagship set, you have the odds of 1 in every other box of pulling a Relic. A Relic is a thick card. This is a lot thicker than the normal cards. And it has a piece of their uniform or their outfit actually in the card, which is really cool. Some of the controversy with it though is that on the bottom here it says this is not worn in any particular race or season. So a lot of people got frustrated by that because you don't know, is that a piece from their uniform, and if it is, have they ever worn it? You don't know. But it is certified by Topps. You'll see on the back it actually reads, "You have just received a Topps certified Relic card from 2021 Racing." And it says the relic contained on this card is not from any specific race, event or season. Now this is a 1 out of 99 card. Notice that when it comes to the sort of like out of 10s, out of 5s, out of 1 of 1s, you see like logos and like brands. Like in particular I saw a really nice Valtteri Bottas one with the Puma logo. So that looks really cool. And this is a Pierre Gasly. Now, as you saw there, I've only got 5 myself, but you got to think there's one for every other hobby box. So, you know, I in theory, I had to open up 10 boxes to get these 5. So they are hard to get hold of, but these are going quite cheap at the minute. If you want to pick these up, they're going for about 30 to 50 pound each one. Obviously the new set is due to come out and they're going to feature the same. It does advertise that they're race worn relics, but again, once we open the product, it may say not from any given season or event, but still very nice cards to collect. So you can see here there's a lot going on, as well as obviously you have parallels of each of the cards. So you could complete an entire set of, say, golds, which I've got quite a few golds there. Obviously we've got those flags of foundations, which I explained are quite difficult. We have these light blues out of 199. These, I seem to pull these a lot. So you could complete a set in this if you really tried to. You'd have to spend a bit of money. Then you have these oranges of all of the inserts. They're pretty cool. And then you have the foil base cards. And then you also have these Checkered Flag. These are all my spares. I haven't uploaded these to the website yet, but I will be getting around to doing that in the next day or two. So yeah, huge set. It's a monster set. It's a lot bigger than Turbo Attacks if you include all the inserts. If you're just chasing the base set, it's actually fairly easy and it's fairly cheap to do so. I reckon you'd only need to open maybe 2 to 3 boxes and you would have a complete base set that you pulled yourself, and you would get a lot of the inserts and you'd get a few parallels and you may even get a couple of relics. But if you want to complete the flags of foundation and all of them other bits and maybe chase the flagship ones, I mean, I've opened probably about 8 hobby boxes myself. My friend, he's opened probably about a whole case of it, and we're still missing quite, like as you saw there, some of the cards if you want to complete that Checkered Flag set. So it is a huge set. It's definitely worth completing, or if you want to make it special or more expensive, it's entirely up to you. Like I say, the new set, the Flagship 2022, is coming out 2 weeks from today. I have about 3 cases coming my way. I'm going to be opening some up myself on this video, so you'll see what the product's like yourselves, and hopefully we can get some relics. I would love to pull a Lewis Hamilton relic. That would be awesome. But if you want to purchase one yourself, I'm only going to put up 2 cases worth on my website up for pre-order. So there's 24. I think about 7 of them have already gone, so I've only got another, I think that works out 18 or 17 left. So over the next 2 weeks, if they sell out, then that's it. I won't be selling any more Flagship after that. But yeah, I can't wait to open the new setup, and I'm really glad that I managed to complete this set before moving on to the next one. That's it from me, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you have, please smash that like button up. Really do appreciate it. Make sure you follow me on my other social medias: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all with the name Hammonds Hobbies, and I will see you on the next one. Bye for now, guys.